Marianne in Burlingame.
Hi, and this is sorry, who was this?
Marianne in Burlingame.
Hi, Marianne, welcome.
Terrence and Squim.
Hi, Terrence.
Rain in San Francisco.
Hi, Rain. And your name is similar to what we've been getting a lot recently in San Francisco.
Very true.
That's sweet. And oh, lots of hellos also in chat from Fred, who also said hello, and Isabel from Pacifica, and Sarah from Toronto. Hello, Sarah. Hi, Noella. From Palo Alto, and hi, Amy, who says aloha from Sacramento. I'm used to you saying aloha from Hawaii, so here you are visiting Probably family. That's very sweet. Any other hellos before we begin? I see Amy who says hi from SF. Another Amy with two Amy's, and also now friends are joining us on YouTube. Great. Okay, so let's begin. Let's formally begin, which is the signal, verbal signal for Neil to post information about happy hour Google groups and also information about our happy hour breakout room etiquette and meta, which I'll talk about later. So at this time, I changed the settings so that unmuting yourself won't be possible. I ask you to all mute yourself, please, if you are unmuted. And I changed the chat settings right now. And let's see. And hi, Lucy from New Hampshire on YouTube. YouTube folks are joining. Sweet. And last but not least, I'm going to turn on recording for the sake of audio Dharma. Here we go. So hello, and welcome everyone to Happy Hour. And yeah, so many relevant themes to practice with. Today, it's the week of Thanksgiving in the US, which is a holiday for giving thanks. It's also giving season. The holidays are seasons of generosity of heart, letting go, and letting go is both. You know what? I love this word in Pali. Might have mentioned it before. The word is chaga, which is spelled Caga. So chaga is the movement of the heart that opens up, opens and lets go. So it's both the gesture of letting go, and you can imagine that letting go of resentment, letting go of, if you're this week you're getting together with family where you see them in a particular way, letting go, opening the heart, letting go of all of that, letting go of stuff you don't need, physical stuff, emotional baggage. It's just letting go, putting it down. Chaga, chaga. And it's the same word, chaga, which also means um, a heart that is generous, a heart that is giving, because it's the same action, right? It's the same action of opening the hand to give someone to someone else. So it's different from dana. We think of dana, which is the act of giving, the the giving itself or the gift that is given is dana. But chaga is a heart that is generous, that lets go. So for me, I when I learned this years ago, I just became so happy with, the heart that lets go, the same action of the heart that, just opens up and doesn't cling to things, resentments and thoughts or whatever it is, possessions, is the same movement of the heart that just, lets go to somebody else, is generous, is giving. So I've loved that. So maybe we'll practice with that theme tonight. That's so many lovely themes. So let's explore. Let's explore together. And just to say, maybe I'll say one last thing because the connection to happy hour is this movement of the heart. Chaga brings happiness. Letting go brings happiness, brings joy. Have you noticed, for example, if you've cleaned up the clutter in your home and you've given it all away. Ah, there's so much happiness and lightness and joy. Okay, great. I gave it all away. Just cleared up. Ooh. Same with like letting go of putting down something that no longer serves in the heart. And also generosity when you give something to someone, when you give a gift, you are the one who's happy, like yay. When you, as and the Buddha says that a happiness of generosity comes before giving the gift, while giving the gift, after giving the gift. While before you give the gift, oh yay, giving them a gift, the heart is happy. Are they going to like it? Maybe they won't. Doesn't matter. You're going to be generous. You can celebrate your own generosity while you're giving it, to give with a heart of happiness, and after you've given, to reflect on it and allow this chaga, this letting go, this release into making someone else happy, to to move. Actually, as I'm talking about this, I just realized, oh yeah, this is one formula, one way I can talk about it. So chaga, letting go that makes you happy. Well, when you put something down, when you release, you make yourself happy. You may also, that chaga is an act of generosity. You're giving something to others. You both make yourself happy and others happy. So just came up with that formula. So chaga can show up in different ways. Anyway, I'm excited about chaga, as you can tell. All right, so let's practice together. Let's land. Let's land in our postures. Let's arrive. And let go. Let go. Put down. Release. It's a release. It's not a throwing down. It's not a disliking or hating. It's none of that. It's a release, the same way that you would release a helium balloon. Ah, you let it go. Let go of any tension. Relaxing into the chair. And when I invite you to let go of tension again, not all of it is possible, but maybe letting go of tightening, that we can let go of. If you're aware that some muscles are being held tight, maybe you're holding tight your forehead that you were not quite aware of until I mentioned. Oh, yeah, I can release. I can release my eyes around the socket. I can let my forehead, oh, my jaw, wow. Feel the tension there. I can relax, let go of the extra tightness holding that's not needed, extra effort that's not needed right now. Maybe your hands, your fists are being clenched as a habit unbeknownst to you. You can soften, let go of this tightening that's not needed. Notice in your own way, your body, if there are holdings, tightenings that could be released, let go of. Release some more. And then a little more. Challenge yourself to release just a little more into deep letting go, relaxation. And letting go of thoughts, if there are stories that keep coming. Thank you. Smilingly release them right now. Later. I'll come back to you later. Release as much as can be released. And see how the mind, knowing, can connect with the breath. In breath and out breath, and there can be more release, letting go with every out breath. That is our practice right now. Very simple. And each out breath is a new opportunity for release, for letting go. Maybe a thought has arisen, a story. Don't need this one right now. Release. Thank you. Release, release. Into ease, into peace. That is our practice. Keep releasing into peace, into ease. Powerful practice, simple but powerful. Keep letting go. Keep clearing the clutter of your body, your mind. Keep letting go. Gently, lovingly releasing with every out breath. Let go. Make space. Make space. Make space in your mind, in your heart. Your body and your life. Keep letting go. Keep releasing. Keep dropping. Imagine feeling, embodied feeling as if you're holding a heavy rock. Grasping a heavy rock. And then you open your hand. You let it go. Drop. Drop. Could be a heavy rock. You can imagine releasing a feather. Letting go. The same gesture of opening your hand. Letting go, letting go. Whatever your mind takes a hold of. The instruction is to let go of the grasp of the mind. Release. Release. Gently release. Let it drop. This is powerful practice. Can really settle the mind into samadhi. And deep peace. as we've been practicing with releasing, letting go, tune into how release both brings peace and ease, and this quiet contentment that's glad, that's happy. This more space brings happiness, contentment for you, for me, person who's doing this practice. And I'd like to invite you for the last few minutes. Imagine releasing onto someone else, something you have, maybe your time, your affection, your kind words, maybe a smile, maybe a resource you have, to another being or organization or whatever comes up. Either something you've just done, maybe recollecting, remembering this act of chaga, letting go, generosity. You've released, you've given someone something you've had. And see how that brings ease, happiness, expansiveness. Feel into it, celebrate it. It's the same movement of the heart. Also, appreciate that on some level, there is not a giver or a receiver of a gift. It's all interplay. It's all an interplay of sharing goodness, resources. As we give, we also receive graciousness, uplift in the heart, appreciation. The person who receives is also giving gladness, giving vulnerability to receive, opening themselves. So it's such a deep teaching, so many levels here. As we bring this practice to a close, appreciating ourselves for having showed up and releasing any judgment of how this was or wasn't. I was distracted. It was this, it was that. It's okay. Let it go. Let it go. You've done your best. You've showed up. You've planted seeds. Trust it. Celebrate the goodness. And joining our hearts to share the goodness of our practice, this co-created goodness with all beings. May all beings everywhere, including myself, be happy and be free. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for your practice. So, 3 prompts, 3 explorations that I'd like to invite you to explore. And one prompt is, what was this practice like? This practice of continuously letting go, which is quite a profound practice. It's actually one practice of leading into concentration, samadhi. It can be a very strong practice. Of course, your mileage could vary, and curious, what came up for you? Explore. What was it like to keep letting go, letting go, letting go into spaciousness, into ease, not holding on, not being loyal to our suffering, not being loyal to our stories. That's the first prompt for the first round. Just feeling it into our bodies. The second prompt is, what would be helpful to let go of? to release right now? Exploring that, is there an object that would be helpful to let go of, to feel lighter, for your own sake? And then the third prompt is there something that, actually, the second prompt could be object, could be a grudge, could be something emotional or physical to release. And the third is what would be helpful for you and someone else to release, is an act of giving and an act of generosity that, again, could be an object, could be your time, smile, forgiveness, joy, calling someone up, giving them your care, something that would benefit you and others. So those are the 3 rounds of our exploration tonight with the as we engage with one another in the breakouts. And I'm going to pause the recording and talk about practicing metta in small groups, considering the groups as a continuation of the meditation, embracing compassion, staying on topic, the 3 prompts I gave you in the 3 rounds. First one was, remember what the meditation was like. Second prompt, what would be helpful for you to let go of? Third prompt, what would be helpful for you and someone else as an act of generosity? So those are the 3 prompts. There are 3 rounds. You're going to go around and around in 3 rounds. As much as you get to, be brief, talk on topic, be brief, let everyone share, avoiding crosstalk, commenting on others, all that. Okay. So I'm going to create the breakout rooms, and as always, want to invite you to practice kindness, generosity, care, metta, both to yourself, for yourself, and for others. Caring for yourself, caring for others. This is really, the small groups is where the metta hits the road. Sort of the rubber meets the road. It's where the metta meets the road. So, all right. So let's see how the groups look. And yeah, let's, maybe hold on. I'm going to do something here. All right. I'm going to open them all in a moment. Wait, do I need to move and shift? Wait, one more time. Hold on. Okay. All right. Opening the rooms. Take care of yourselves. Take care of one another. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you had time for all three inquiries. Gave you just a little more time tonight. Yeah, maybe. No, I didn't have enough time. I see some nods. Okay, good. I think not enough time. Sorry. Would love to hear from you. What revealed itself? What did you discover? Your practice. Would love to have you share in the big group, and chat is open also if you want to type in chat. See there. Type in chat. You can raise your Zoom hand. Chat is open. You can also raise your Zoom hand. You can also raise your hand and wave. I might see you, not in the main screen, but I have a side screen. Oh, there, Jessie, I see you. Okay, great.
Thank you, Nikki. Yeah, thank you for sharing about chaga. That was really helpful for my practice, something to aspire to. Yeah, the practice for me, especially question two, I found myself coming up with quite a long list of things that I could let go of, and so I felt some overwhelm. This is a time of the year where I tend to reflect on self-improvement, and I'm at a time in my life, midlife, where I don't know, it's like a double focus. I'm a time in my life when I'm really focusing on how can I improve? What's my impact? How can I live my vision? How can I be of service to the world? So it felt like a lot, but it was a really helpful practice. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Jessie. I appreciate what you shared. I'll tell you one thing that your reflection brought up. Well, many things you brought up for me. That the beauty of reflecting at the end of the year. How can I serve? How can I aspire to be the best version of myself? This being not competing with anyone else but myself. And then one thing you said, which is self-improvement, and that I want to invite you to put a question mark next to, which might seem kind of quizzical. Like, wait, what? What's wrong with that? There's something about the project of self-improvement in framing it that way that could have the sense of overwhelm that you were describing, that and also the sense of not enoughness, that I'm not enough and this is not good, so I have to improve this thing who's me. Self-improvement, there's a particular frame, that particular trope that the Western culture can fall into. Especially, there's so many podcasts and this for self-improvement. Do this and do that and do this and do this and do, I don't know, 100 reps of this. But like, it just seems like endless, right? It feels like we got to add. Oh, actually, as I say that, my heart feels kind of contracted. Feels like there's more and more to add. Not to say there's excellent advice. There's various things that wonderful habits that we do want to take on wholesome habits. And yet I think I want to advise you to be more generous with yourself. This being the perspective as of aspiration allows for rest, allows for letting go. And yet the frame of self-improvement can become a little tight. So just offering that for reflection, if that might be helpful.
Thank you, Nikki.
Thank you, Jessie. Thank you so much. Richard. While you're unmuting yourself, I see Bill posted, one of the Dharma teachers I listened to referred to the subtle violence of self-improvement. Yep, that's it. Yeah, I wasn't going to be that. Um, yeah, that. What's the word I want to use? Ex Not explicit, but Anyway, yeah, I'm more gentle in my choice of words, but yes, I agree with that too. There is a subtle violence to it. Richard, you're up.
Okay. In my 20s, I was high up on a ladder and I started falling backwards. I knew I couldn't stop myself. And without planning or whatever, I just sort of automatically fell like a rag doll. And I didn't hurt myself at all. It was like falling on cushions or something. And I've kept that memory alive that sometimes when I meditate, I just recall that and just relax into it and let go that way rather than one little thing at a time kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I so appreciate you raising that. Yeah, that is one meditation instruction that I use as well, which is it's like falling backwards, like you're just falling. You're letting go completely with everything in your body. You're letting go. And I love that and I practice that, Richard. So I'm so glad you brought that up. The idea of letting go a little bit is just to get that idea of what it feels like to let go so that one feels, one practices little by little by little. So one feels safe enough to just like complete body letting go. So I'm so glad you have that memory, felt sense memory, because that kind of practice is very powerful, very opening, relaxing, and yeah, centering. That complete embodied letting go. Love it. Thanks, Richard.
Thank you.
And yeah, for others who feel safe enough with all the other lettings go, then what Richard was pointing to, and that's yeah, explore that, please. Diana.
I love this practice tonight. The idea of the term letting go has almost become an annoyance for me. I've heard at least 100,000 times from many of all my esteemed teachers on tapes, in lectures, like, let it go, just let it go, like that. So I'm sitting back like this, literally, how? I go poof and boing and it's gone, whatever it is. And so in this case tonight and a few other times, and I've learned it was about process or a way to do it that was with the breathing, and it was that continuous staying with it on and on that helped measurably, and I began to feel some peace come just staying with each time and that slow process. And so I just felt such confidence in listening to that, and I thought obviously that can translate into the larger life. It seems to me that the other way that's come to me is this when I can recognize, when I recognize something, that when I see something, sometimes there's like a recognition of something and then it just dissolves or something. But I just love tonight's practice in terms of just healthful. So I promise to try not to be so annoyed by hearing this all the time. I feel helpless now. What do I
This
do?
is
It's
so
like,
great.
how do you?
Diana. Yeah, I love what you said. Thank you so much for sharing. Yeah. It's so helpful what you said, because often when we hear the instruction, which is beautiful instruction, very wise, but often that comes up, and I've heard many practitioners over the years say, like, well, how do I let go? Well, what is it? Like, I want to let go. How do I how do I put it down? So yeah, how do I do it? So so yes, there is a method. It's you observe what the mind, what the body's is grabbing on. You become more observant, and then You release. You gently, ever so release with the out breath, with the body. And it's a practice, it's a training. We learn more and more how to do it. And now that, Diana, you've practiced it, what it means, I don't think you're going to become annoyed because, it's like, oh, yeah, that's what they're pointing to. Okay, that's what they're talking about. I know how to do that. I've done that. I know how to do this. I'm going to, yeah, this is great.
Thank you.
Thank you, Diana. Oh, that makes my heart so happy. That's just great. Sarah from Toronto, please, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you. Thanks, Nikki. You said something in the beginning about like letting go of objects that we don't use anymore, but also letting go of these emotional, maybe baggages that are not useful. And that was really close to my heart. Like it really made sense to me. And I realized that it's easy, like some of the things that I need to let go are related to forgiveness. And I find it much easier to forgive others, but it's very difficult for me to forgive myself. And I wanted to ask for your thoughts, especially because you feel like it's not always just being harsh on yourself or like self-improvement, but also feeling that like I expect more from myself and just
Yeah,
disappointed of what
yeah, yeah.
like
Thank you, Sarah John. I also see hearts showing up in the chat for your practice and for you. Yeah. It is very common for all of us human beings. Forgiving others is easier than forgiving ourselves. Of course it is. We're harder on ourselves than anyone else. And of course. And of course, we have high expectations of ourselves. And sometimes we look back and we think, oh, how could you? How could I? Oh, and maybe the person has forgiven us, loves us. No, it's okay with them. For example, in some cases that could be the case, but still we're holding on. But how could I? Oh, so to understand, to really appreciate that the version of you who was acting at that time, the version of you whom you were at the time, she was doing her best. She was doing the best she could at that time, given everything she had, given all the limited physical, mental resources, all the stresses she had, all the expectations, all the information she had, everything, like all the causes and conditions that came to make that decision that happen at that time. If you unrolled yourself, your present, hindsight is 2020. You have much more information. You can see better, see how things unfolded, all that. But at the time, the person you were, this dear, poor, sweet person who was caught in this challenging situation that was doing the best she could. And that's the best she could do at the time. To forgive her for her limited ability, for limited vision, limited information, limited resources, limited all. I forgive you. You were doing your best. I know. I see you. And you were doing your best. I see you. And let her be. It was hard enough for her. Whatever it was hard enough. Doesn't need the older version of you to beat her up. It was hard enough what she was going through. I hope that was helpful. Thanks so much for bringing that in, Sarah. So, well, the time has come for us to close our practice together. Let's dedicate the merit of our practice as we've explored today, letting go, releasing in all its ways, in ways that are meaningful for us, for the benefit of ourselves and others. May all beings everywhere benefit from our practice, from our cultivation of letting go, releasing generosity. May all beings be well. May all beings be free, including ourselves. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Sangha. I am going to stop